Welcome to the weekly stock market roundup. Friday, August 29, 2025 is the date we check it. The Friday close for BSE was at 79,809.65. As you can see, on the red line, it was kind of hovering around 80,100, and then around the close of the day, it kind of dipped to close at 79,809. Now, if we look at the weekly close before that, 1 week prior, it was down 1.84%. The weekly close on 22nd August was 81,306.85. And if you go back a year, it is minus 3.10%. It's down. And the close, as you can see, was 82,365.77. The situation was similar in the NSE also, which was kind of working around this 24,500, and then at the end of the day kind of dipped suddenly to close at 24,426.85. Again, the weekly, if you look at compare it, then it was 24,870.10 1 week back, and it is down 1.78%. 1 year back, it is down 3.21%, and 1 year back it was 25,235.90. So overall, the markets have been a bit down this week. And the reason for this is obviously the US trade tariffs, which has continued to be in the news and which has affected the stock market. Initially, it was not affecting it, but from what we can see, from what I've read from the analyst reports, that it is finally resulting in that stock market mood going a bit down. And then global financial institutions have started to downplay India's economic outlook based on those US tariffs. There's been continued selling by the foreign institutional investors. There are reports of the money going to other countries like China and Vietnam. There is also a broader market pessimism with the realty and metal sectors. They have been the biggest brunt as per the newspapers. Also, the first quarter results from the corporates that are coming in are now kind of weak. So that's again one of the reasons why it may have to do with the market going a bit down. On the plus side, Indian GDP grew by 7.8%. As you probably know, it has been in the news all over for the first quarter of FY 2025-2026. The services sector, which includes banking, hotels and trade, it was, I think, doing quite well. It was 9.3% up. Now, if you look at the indices by industry, you can see that overall, despite the mood being a bit on the on negative side, BSE fast-moving consumer goods had a change day on day of a positive of 0.90. Consumer durables was 0.34, capital goods was 0.22, and not much of a change. But again, overall, it is a good indicator that not everything is going down. And if you look at the 52-week high, on the other hand, you will see that there's a difference. For example, fast-moving consumer goods was 24,109.51 in the 52-week highs, and so it is now a bit low from that. But again, 52-week highs are, let's say, not, I think, exact comparisons, because if you look at capital goods, it is quite down. If you look at the NSE, it is FMCG and consumer durables, as you could see at BSE fast-moving consumer goods and BSE consumer durables. So both these sectors were also the top ones here. Durables in Nifty was a bit down, and on the weekly basis, the change was 0.73% up. And minus 0.51% down for consumer durables. Nifty, it was 0.73% down. Of auto, it was 1.46% down, and pharma, it was 2.07% down. If we compare it to the last year, the Nifty IT has been the most down. It has been down 17.40. FMCG was down 11.12% from last year. And overall, you can also see this in the stock performance. The stocks that have been up for BSE and Coffee Day Enterprises. The last rate price was 50.07. On a daily basis, the change was 7.54 points, and percentage change was 17.73. Watch out for Coffee Day. We'll look at it again in the NSE. Apollo Microsystems, Relaxo, Advanced Enzyme Technologies, and Car Trade kind of made up the remaining 4 of the top 5 performers here. And this is for Group A securities. We're not taking all the securities. And now, if you look at the downsides, the Genus Power Infrastructures was the one which was down. Jindal Stainless was down. Vardhaman Textiles, Sterlite Technologies, and IDBI Bank were down. And again, if you look at the down percentages, it is hovering around the mid single digit numbers. So nothing is beyond, let's say, going above 8%. Nothing is going below, let's say, minus 4%. So it's been a middling week to say the least. NSE, the General Photo, General Poly Invest, Kritika Wires, Coffee Enterprises, and Algae Rubber Company or Algae Rubber Company. I'm not very sure how it's pronounced all the time. So these are the ones which showed the biggest ones. And as I was saying about in the BSE, when I was talking about BSE, Coffee Enterprises here again also is showing a good indicator of moving up. It is 50.01 the last traded price, and the daily chain was 7.47, and change percentage was 17.56. On the downside, GSS Infotech was down 12.62%. It was the biggest loser, but this is of all securities. So large cap, mid cap, small cap, everybody combined. Balakrishna Paper Mills was 7.95. Panama Petrochem was 7.38% down. Suraj Limited was 7.16% down. JSS Vanguard Retail Ventures was 7.05% down. So overall, the mood has been on the larger side, been on the negative, but over the fact that the stocks are still performing and the GDP numbers coming out augurs well. So that is it for this week. I'll see you next week then. Goodbye and thank you for listening.